Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is. This your boy, Rob Thomas Jr., and this is the real news behind the news. Oh, yeah, man. Today is Thursday, October 16th, 2025. And just when y'all thought Trump was getting over not getting the Nobel Peace Prize, y'all wanna know why? Because he's ready to start a war in Venezuela. And guess what? The ceasefire in Israel has been broken. Has returned to striking Gaza. I knew once they got those hostages back, they were gonna go full fledged. But let me read y'all something. This coming from MSN, talking about the situation in Gaza. In Venezuela. U.S. Special Operations helicopters near Venezuela expand Caribbean mission. I'm gonna read this for y'all. Again, this Microsoft Network News, MSN. The U.S. Military Elite Special Operations Aviation Unit appears to have flown in Caribbean waters less than 90 miles away from the coast of Venezuela in recent days, according to visual analysis by the Washington Post. The helicopters were engaged in training exercise, according to U.S. officials, that could serve as preparation for an expanded conflict against alleged drug traffickers, including potential missions inside Venezuela. The U.S. military has struck at least 5 boats allegedly carrying illegal narcotics in international waters, killing at least 27 people, according to the U.S. officials. The last one occurring Tuesday this week. President Donald Trump said Wednesday he had authorized the Central Intelligence Agency to conduct missions inside the country. What if another country authorized their Central Intelligence Agency to operate inside America? What you think America will be doing? What gives Donald Trump the right to allow the CIA to operate covertly in another country? All right. U.S. had declared in its armed conflict with drug traffickers. That's what they doing. This is what you call manufacturing consent. Manufacturing consent is when you have to build a false case on somebody to get the rest of the people around you to go along with you based upon that false information that you manufactured to get their consent to say, go ahead, let's do it. U.S. declared, though lawmakers and legal experts have said the strikes are unlawful, killing of people who are suspected criminals and not battlefield combatants. Visuals that circulated on social media in early October appeared to show MH-6 Little Bird attack helicopters and MH-60 Black Hawk helicopters over open waters near oil and gas platforms. This is what it's all about in Venezuela. This shit ain't got nothing to do with drug dealing. Most of your drugs are coming from Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, and they use submarines. They use human traffickers going up through South America, through that part of Mexico, the Darien Gap, all the way through Mexico to your southern border. This has nothing to do with drug dealing, y'all. This is about the United States trying to take Venezuela's oil and overthrow Nicolas Maduro. Remember they tried to overthrow Venezuela a while back, and that's when they put in that boy Juan Guaido. The United States has said, we don't recognize him, Nicolas Maduro, as the president, but the Venezuelan people do. That's their president. That's who they elected. We're trying to overthrow that country so that we can get access to that oil. Literally, that's what it's all about, y'all. You're finna go to war against Venezuela, and guess what? Russia and China say, back off. If y'all do this, we will definitely get involved in this war. China has not gotten involved deliberately, directly, hands-on in Ukraine against the United States, as Russia goes against the United States, but China is backing Russia with military supplies and just covert support. Let me finish this up. The aircraft are likely operated by the 106th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, said Mark Kansang, a senior advisor at the Center of Strategic and International Studies. The unit flies missions for commandos like Navy SEALs, Green Berets, and Delta Force, and has gained renown undertaking complex and dangerous operations, such as the raid to kill Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. In conclusion of Little Birds, the conclusion of Little Bird, small attack aircraft designed to insert operators onto the ground and provide close air support, suggests preparations for potential missions that could see the U.S. boots on the ground. This person said, Black Hawks could be used in support, he added, carrying additional troops, combat, search and rescue, and other capabilities. Now, I'm going to stop right there because we're over 5 minutes. I don't like to go too much longer. But what is happening, y'all? One of the reasons why you're seeing troops in America is because Trump is trying to prepare himself for a takeover, a dictatorship. Now, there's really no excuse for the National Guard and all these other peoples, all these other groups. Well, right now they're just using ICE. But if he declares and enacts the Insurrection Act, not only now can he use ICE, but he can use the United States National Guard's troops to go into these cities in America. Notice what he's doing. He's going into the red states or the blue states with blue cities that he don't like the leadership of the blue cities. Trump is basically trying to create a scenario where he can create martial law, declare martial law. Do y'all realize if he declares martial law and it goes on indefinitely, the more war rages on in our city between the citizens and the military, the longer he can make martial law last, the longer he can stay president. He can suspend the Constitution and become president for the rest of his life. This is how serious this thing is. We're not paying attention here in America, but this is how serious this thing is. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna come back with more on the breakdown in the ceasefire in Gaza. All that shit was a smokescreen. All that was for Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, to get those hostages back, to get his people in his country off his ass. Oh yeah, because they were going hard in the paint on Benjamin Netanyahu. He needs to get his people up off of him, so now that he can take us to war with Iran. Y'all stay tuned.